Alright guys, well this is a how to collect leopard gecko eggs video, and first off, there's my female, and second off, I wanted to give a shout out for plasma geckos, hashtag #1, um, just the simple one. He is a guy who purchased some leopard geckos from me before, and I only give shout outs really to people that I really like and I'm really good friends with, or people who have purchased animals from me before. I have no problem giving them a shout out. A lot of those people have amazing babies that they get from the animals that I've sold them, and it's just amazing what they do. So that's why I give shout outs to people who buy from me, and also people that I'm just really close friends with. So anyway, right here, you want to wipe the eggs, like wipe the dirt off the eggs. I knew where the eggs were because I've already dug them up. And you're just going to wipe gently around the eggs. Now this is a good lesson. If the eggs are stuck, like let's say both these eggs are stuck right there. I'm trying to give this light. So both the eggs are stuck. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to move the dirt away from it, kind of push it back. Even if it spills out of its container, it's alright. Then what you're going to want to do is you want to get a tool. I use this. It's nice flat. I can just work it really nicely and go back and forth. So what I'll do is I'll spray with a spray bottle, like so. I'll go down at the base of the egg and just spray like that. And then what I'll do is, I'm just going to clear dirt in this case, but I'll scrape away the dirt and I'll go back and forth very slowly. And what I do generally, if I can somehow put this in between my legs and hold it up, what I'll do is, this really isn't going to work very well. What I'll do is I'll hold back the egg, like so, and I'll gently work it back and forth. I hope that works. I hope you can see that kind of well. So, here's the metal spoon. I gently work it back and forth, and then I roll the egg till it pops up. So I know exactly which egg I did this with. I had to do this with this egg right here. As you can see, the bottom of this egg is fine. That's the bottom of it where I scraped it off. So the egg is totally alright. Generally, when you're picking up leopard gecko eggs, generally, you want them to be flat. Like, so let's say I found this egg just like that. You're going to want to pick it up in that exact position for you beginners. That's what you're going to want to do. For you experts, you probably already know, so I'm not going to say, but generally that's the rule of thumb that you want to do. If you read Ron Tremper's book, it will say some other stuff. I agree with it. It's totally true. It really doesn't matter, especially when you're candling it, to see the embryo, which I can do right now. So let's see if we see an embryo. Right there's an embryo. You can kind of see the red right above my thumb. But there is an embryo in this egg, so the egg is fertile. Same thing with the other one. It has an embryo. Sometimes the embryos just don't settle out right away. That does happen, but it's common. And also there's a myth out there that I'm going to explain with collecting eggs. People say oftentimes your first clutch from a virgin female is infertile. That is not true. It can be fertile, and a lot of mine are. I really don't have first clutches that come out that are infertile and then I get fertile ones after. I haven't really had that. I think I had that once my entire time, and I have bred a lot of virgin females, and if I only had that once, that's big. So yeah, a lot of the geckos that I have here I produced. For the most part, all my females, actually most of everything that I have I produced. Or I did like second or third generations that I still have. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to show you how to make the bedding for it really quick. I'm also going to explain some things as we go. So basically, you're going to want a gram scale. You're going to want a spray bottle. I'm going to use this one. You're going to want to use a little container, Ziploc container, Chinese food container, whatever. Just something that can keep it in that's plastic, like this. And then you're going to want to poke one pinhole in it. just like so. What you're going to do is you're going to put that on there, your scale, you're going to tear it out. I'm going to use vermiculite. You can use vermiculite, hatchlite, or perlite. Just don't make sure there's no fertilizers with it. I'm going to put down the phone, and as I put it down, I'm going to talk to you about temperatures. So the temperature that you're going to want to incubate at depends on what you want to go for. If you want to go for a mix of leopard geckos of males and females, you're going to want to go for about 85 degrees. If you want to get a male, you go 87 to 90 degrees. 90 degrees is fine. Generally people say that's a little bit hot. I personally have done both 87, or you could probably do 88 or 89, and that's perfectly fine too. Either way, it works. Anyway, for female temperatures, you're going to want to do 82 degrees. That's a standard temperature that I suggest. It takes 65 days to do females, and it takes about, what does it take? About 45 days to do males. These will be males, so it will take 45 days. So right now, it is 46 grams. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to tear that. So basically, you're going to times 46, that number that was just there, by 0.8, and that's how much water you're going to use. I want to see if I have a calculator to show you guys on. I might not, so it's alright. I'm not really worried about it. Here. You guys have probably never seen this in a leopard gecko video, so we're going to do it out really quick. So, if I can pop off this pen really quick. So you're doing 46 times 0.8, 6 times, that is 48, here you have 4, 8 times 4 is 32, 3, okay. So, of course, I did that wrong somehow. That's alright, I really don't care. There should be 2 decimal places, whatever. I screwed up. Anyway, you're going to do 8%, so if you had 100, you would do 80 grams. Let's say this is 50. You do 40 grams, but this is not 50. This is not 50, so you would want to do about a little bit less than 40 grams. So I'm going to go 36 on this until it feels right to me. So you get the point. You times the right amount by 0.8, and then you just spray around. See, it's already got up to 17, 14, 28, 29, 35. That's fine. Alright, so generally what people do is they mix it around. You can, you don't have to. It's really up to you on what you want to do. People do mix it around and feel a consistency. To me, it really doesn't matter. Sometimes I haven't mixed it and it works fine too. Then what you're going to do is you're going to want to poke an egg. Now these eggs are a little bit deflated, so I'm going to do a trick, and I'm going to show you this trick that I learned. If your eggs are a little bit deflated when you first collect them, don't worry, it's alright. All you're going to do is you're going to poke a little hole that's a little bit deeper than normal. You're going to grab your egg, and you're going to want to try to clean it off the best you can. So I'm actually going to put this down, and you're going to want to bury your egg 2/3 of the way buried. So you're going to leave the top off. So let's see if I can get my hands clean really quick. Alright, so I'm just going to brush away as quickly as possible this stuff. I'm going very gently, wiping the egg stuff away as possible. I don't want mold on this egg, so if I can put this down, I can get it cleaner quicker. A lot cleaner quicker. Alright, so I would not spray the egg to clean it. You want to go very gently with your fingers and rub the egg. That generally works really well. Or you could take like a paper towel and go very gently and rub it. Don't break the egg, whatever you do. That's why I suggest going with your fingers. You know how much pressure you're actually putting on the egg, so that's the positive part. Alright, so I cleaned off the egg. That's pretty clean. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just put it in, just like so, and cover it. Now I'm going to kind of, you can see how that's denting in a little bit right there. somehow. That's alright. You're burying it, so essentially you're burying it. So you're leaving it 2/3 of the way. And what I do is I will even spray around the egg just a little bit. So I sprayed a little bit around the egg, it's good to go. And that's what I'm going to do for the other one. And my incubator's all set up. So always set up your incubator before your gecko's going to lay, and have a plan on what you're doing for your gecko laying. That's always important. A lot of people don't do that, and they just silly-nilly rush and get an incubator when their geckos have eggs. Don't do that. Be prepared. Always be prepared. Have a good one, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video of how to incubate your leopard gecko eggs. Later.